said she cannot wait though. She said it's good.
What are we saying today, fam? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. You get me? Today, I'm going to attempt doing the story time. Story for the girls. Come on. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the story time here is about the time a teacher thought, rah, they could antagonize me. And they thought wrong. They thought massively wrong. They thought big wrong. Let's start. It was one fateful day. Let's stop. It wasn't a fateful day. This was over a period of time. This happened during A-levels. You get me? So first year A-levels, we started biology. It was coming at me a bit mad. It was like, what's going on here, mate? I've not seen this kind of state of questions in my life before. What's going on, mate? This is not normal to my eyes. It's not normal to my brain to process. But luckily for me, yeah, first year, my biology teacher was good, you get me? Like, she got that, because it wasn't only me that was struggling a bit with the questions here. So she got that we're struggling with this thing. She was a good teacher, so she kind of like fed towards our needs. So first year, everything was going good for biology. I was like, wow, we're starting to get the hang of this. Our teacher is good. She has helped us to kind of be a bit more confident when it comes to this biology. So first year came, finished, calm. We did our end of year exams, calm. Everything was calm. We came back second year. We came back to the unwanted news. The unwanted announcements. I don't know who asked them to come and make this announcement to us, but we came back. The timetable presented to our eyes that they have changed our teacher. We were just looking at this and like, what is this? Like, what is actually this? What's going on, mate? And me, I was a bit pained because like, right, I've already got a good thing going here with my teacher. You understand? My teacher first year is already, she knows what she's doing, fam. I'm confident in she knows she's going to get me ready for this exam. I don't have time to be changing teachers now, but I don't know what this new teacher has in store. I don't have time for this. I went to my first biology class. It was some new woman, some new teacher. The woman was quite young. So it was a bit like, okay, let's see what this woman has in store for us. Let's see how she's going to do this, because biology is really not the one to be playing about with. So I was just like, let's just wait and see how this woman is going to move. You get me? This woman, yeah, when I tell you, a textbook could have replaced her and we would have gotten the same information we're getting. That woman was just a textbook talking. She was an audiobook, yes, that's what she was. She was just reading our textbook from A to Z, not even adding any sauce, not adding any extracting, not adding any ginger to the knowledge, just spewing out our textbook, and that's what she was doing. So just like, fam, what is actually the point of this woman? First day, yeah, our school, the biology department decided that every week they're going to be giving all biology students homework, and every biology student must do that homework, you get me? But our teacher recognized that, that homework ain't too useful. It's not really helping us out here. We have bigger fish to fry. We don't know how to answer the questions. So let's concentrate on that and leave that assignment. So second year came around, this new teacher came. She said, that she wants us to be doing these weekly assignments every week. Yeah. Hey, woman, what are you on about? We told her, miss, last time we weren't doing it and we were doing just fine. We need to be concentrating on other things. And the way it was looking here, well, for me, it was that biology was going to be the most risky one. So that time for what this, because that woman, yeah, as if she just came to experiment with us. She wanted to treat me and others as if we're lab rats. The way this one was moving, yeah, just like a spring chicken, straight out of the university, you get me? And you know what it is, yeah, I'm not trying to knock people that come straight out of uni, because definitely it's not easy getting a job straight out of uni. So if that was the case, no problem, yeah. But what me, yeah, and a few of my other friends thought was like, fam, this is a new teacher. She should have started teaching year one. Then maybe she would have had a guide to be guiding her. So at least that year one and her will be experimenting together today, understand how we're going to work well together and get the results we need. Not now, yeah, I've got exams knocking at my front door. We had no choice. This woman's the teacher. We had to start doing this assignment. So we're doing this assignment, One test came about. The test came about, yeah, and I don't think majority of the class did too well in the test. I don't think I did too badly, but it wasn't one of my best, you get me? It was not one that we were gassed about. It was like, you could tell, yeah, the standard of teaching we were receiving in year one and year two has dropped. It was like going from using, cubed sugar to all of a sudden using granulated sugar. Just scattered granulated sugar that they put on puff. You understand? It was like, what is this, bruv? It's a normal teacher, yeah, like our first year teacher, yeah. When we did one test here in first year, yeah, first term, that a lot of us didn't do too well. That was the one that really shook us to the core. I was like, okay, we need to do something about this. This man, yeah, first year, the way this man handled it, saying, guys, what's going on? Why are we not getting the results we want to be seeing? You get me? This one, she came and started opening her mouth.
You guys are not getting the results because you guys are not doing the weekly homework. That's why people are not getting the results.
Me and my friends were just looking at this woman like, hey. Oh my God. Wow, you are a learner. That's what you are. You are a learner. So that day, I think me and my friends, two of my other friends, were quite fed up at this point. We didn't even come at her mad, but we were quite fed up. So we're like, Miss, we don't think this assignment is issue. In all honesty, we don't even think we should be doing it. Like, it's taking up our time. It's distracting us from what we really have issues with. And this one's like,
no, you see, people, you guys are not doing the assignments. That's like...
So it's like me and two of my other friends. So when we started talking, everybody else in the class, or a lot of the people in the class, started agreeing with our points. So we're giving this woman constructive criticism, how you can help us, how we can help you. You get me? We thought, wow, this is a two-way conversation. If this woman is hearing us, we're hearing her. So we finished talking. After this constructive criticism, I think after the class, she now kept me and my two friends back. She now said that, she now used this as an opportunity to come and start saying that,
that you guys make noise in the class and you guys distract others from learning.
That blah, 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 blah.
That because of you guys, people cannot concentrate.
Blah, 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 blah. Just talking jargons. I was just like, listen, what are you actually on about? She now ended the conversation saying that,
that you guys should be consider changing your seats maybe when we come back from half term.
I think we were about to go into half term or it was a holiday. But all I know, we didn't have school the next week, you get me? Really tried to make it up as if, we're the cause of the noise in the class. Whereas by that time, well, secondly, everybody's comfortable with each other, you get me? So everybody talks to the people they sit next to. So her bringing that up was like, you're going down the wrong road here. You're going down the wrong roads. You get me? Because I don't see why you're only calling me and my friends when we are not the only ones with mouths in the class that open. You get me? So it's a bit like, we don't know, let me keep my mouth shut. I don't know you too well. I don't know what you're playing at yet. You get me? So we're just like, okay. We just left the class and we said, okay. We now got home. It was either that day or the day after. In my school year, when you have issues here, whether it be attendance, you're not passing your tests, or you're not behaving in the class here, in my college, they used to put us on stages. So you start from stage 0, then you move up from stage 1 to stage 2, up to stage 5, you get me? So, and with all these stages, there's repercussions. So, we got home, tell me why I'm receiving email. You have been put on a stage 1 for causing noise in the class, for starting debates in the class, for causing disruptions in the class, for this in the class. First and foremost, she was looking for trouble. You didn't put me on stage 0. You had the F1 tree to move me straight to stage 1. Did I tell you that I want promotion? Are you mad, bruv? You have started looking for my trouble. You have started looking. It's bad enough you called me after the class unnecessarily. It was bad enough. You now went and put us on stage 1. And that stage 1, I believe they sent an email to your parents. So this woman is coming out of nowhere and is starting to talk to her parents now, saying that we are making noise in the class, blah, 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 blah. And the way she was making out to be, as if we were starting a riot in the class. We were the ones, we were the leaders. We're like, charge! Oh yeah, everybody, shouts! Oh yeah, everybody, argue! That's what this woman was making out to be, as if, leading an army in the class against her. I think she now said it there, that when we return, she's going to change our seating plans. After saying we should reconsider, you have now taken the decision away from me and say you're going to change my seating plan. And this has, as this man looks for my trouble now, you people are hearing. So we're already mad. Me and my friends were mad. We're like, what is actually wrong with this man? She's lying. And she knew what she was doing here. Because if normal teachers when they're about to put you on a stage, they warn you pre-hand. They tell you, I'm going to put you on a stage so you know what is coming. This one didn't tell us nothing. And she spoke to us privately the day before and didn't tell us nothing. Because she knew the next day we're not going to be in school. The next week we're not going to be in school to come and argue with her or come and ask her, why are we on a stage? You get me? By the time we came back, we have all calmed down. We weren't too bothered anymore. It was like, I beg, it's a stage 1. She's not serious, bruv. You get me? When I got to the class, she called out this seating plan, Tell me, in this seating plan, let me tell you what this woman did. Because we sit in pairs, she thought she was Sly. She thought she was James Bond. That's what this woman thought she was. What this woman did she moved all the pairs in the class, you get me? She moved them and kept them in their pairs and moved them from one position to another position. Then me and my friends that sit in pairs, she separated us. She kept all my friends together and she separated the rest of us. I was like, what's going on here, mate? Why are we the only ones separated? Is it really us that are noticing this? What's going on, mate? So there, okay, this when you're now, okay, I see you like to pay me attention. I don't want your attention. I didn't ask for your attention. But I can see you want to pay me attention. So definitely now, everybody was moving in their pairs. So they had no reason to be talking across the class or talking to anybody else because they're still sitting with the same people they're sitting with before. But me and my friends weren't sitting with each other anymore, you get me? So it's like, fam, when I needed to ask a question, yeah, she wasn't that useful, you get me? She was a textbook. What she was bringing out of her mouth, a textbook could have brought to my eyes. So it's like, fam, when I had the question, I had to be talking to my friend. Luckily, my friend was just behind me. So I'll be talking to my friend. I'll be asking my friend questions. This man will be complaining we're making noise. What do you expect from me? If you don't want me to make noise, you should have moved me in the first place. So what happened one day is that we had a test here. And what happened is that we were doing this test. Not that day I was in the wrong. Let's just be honest. I was actually in the wrong. But me and this man already have an issue. So I'm not going to allow her know that I'm in the wrong. I'm not going to allow her think fast. She has upper hands with me. So we had a test here. And I don't know what happened. I started using my phone. And she caught me using my phone. I shouldn't have been using my phone. That's just the fact of the matter. But I was like, I don't like you, woman. So I really don't even care as to what you're going to tell me. So she now held me back after the class and was just talking, saying,
Oh, I'm going to consider when I'm going to mark your test.
I was like, if you want to check the phone because there's nothing here. Check it. So you're trying to insinuate that I was doing something with the phone. Check it. There's nothing to see here. Her ink was useless. She does not used to add anything to the mark. She does not used to add any comments. It was useless. So I really wasn't bothered. My test came back. She refused to mark it. I was not bothered. I don't know what she wanted me to do. I said, okay, let's keep this pushing. What happened? Immediately that phone thing happened, I went to go meet the head of the department because I was like, I know she's going to report back to her because her and that head of department, they were moving like mother and daughter duo. So I was like, fam, I need to make sure this head of department gets my side of the story before this woman comes and starts twisting things and making it out to look as if something was happening that was not. You understand? Because she already does, it seems as if she already doesn't like me. So it's not going to work out in my favour. So I went to go meet the head of department thinking, well, this woman is going to at least hear my point out. Not knowing that, fam, this woman is the mother to this girl. It's really not going to go my way. So as I went to go speak to her, I told her exactly what happened. Calm, she said, okay, don't worry, but next time in future you need to not do that. You get me? I was like, calm, because I shouldn't have been doing that. You get me? Calm. Biology teacher just can't speak to her in the department. Then I don't know what happened. This woman went and spoke to my mother. I was pissed off. I was like, why are you going to speak to my mother? Because I've told you what happened. You get me? Like, what you've done is uncalled for. Why are you speaking? So after the class here, what happened? After, because this happened in the middle of the day. So after school, I went to this woman's office. I knocked on her door. I said, please, I want to talk to you. She said,
Please wait, I'm going to talk to you after the class.
So I was waiting. She was in the staff room gisting. I was waiting. Not knowing this man was waiting for her mother, the head of the department, to come so that they can talk to me together. Because she didn't have that same boldness to come and be talking to me privately on her own. That's how her and her mother came to come and start talking to me. I think she called up my mother. In fact, not even just email. Making it out to be as if I'm doing something so mad. You get me? So I was like, okay, now you're trying to take their piss. You think you and my mother are going to be doing pali? You can be calling her up.
Hello? Did you hear what Chris did today at school?
Today, you need to know that I'm on watching you. I'm watching you. So me and the head of the department and this man were there speaking. Then I think we came to a conclusion that we're just all going to try and get along and do better in the class and be respectful of each other in the class. You get me? I think that's how we ended that conversation and I left. So this woman, I think she just continued annoying me. She continued annoying. I was avoiding her when she would be talking as if air was talking. I really wasn't paying her any attention. But she just continued annoying me. So one day, yeah, everybody was going to the toilet in the class and like they were going one by one and nobody was asking permission. You get me? So it's like, fam, me, I'm not special. What others are doing, I should do. You get me? What a man can do, Clinton can do. My friends went to the toilet. Me, I wanted to go to the toilet. My turn. I went to the toilet. Here. I came back to the class, sat down, continued having my class. After the class, tell me why this man wanted to talk to me again privately. I said, what is wrong with this woman? This conversation is not bringing me money. And it is not bringing me knowledge because you don't bring me any knowledge. So what do you want from me, my sister? I don't understand. What do you want from me? Again, this man called me again. She kept me back, saying that
You left the class today without permission and you're still making noise in the class.
just talking jackons. And I said, come, was I the only person that left the class today? This is when I caught her in her lap. Wait. This man said, I spoke to the other people that left the class. I said, okay. We now finished the conversation and I left because I was fed up with this man at this point. So I now left after because I knew this man was already looking for my trouble. You get me? So I left the class. I went to the library. I went and started making my investigations. You know, GIO. You understand? Detective GIO on the beats. You get me? So I started making my investigations. And have in mind, at least 4 other people left the class that day to go to the toilet without asking permission. One was my friend included. I went and asked my friend, did this woman talk to you about leaving the class? No. I went and asked other people in the class. Did this woman talk to you about leaving the class without to go to the toilet without permission? No. General consensus, no. You have come to me to ask why I've left the class. Hey! You want my trouble now. I don't know when it was the next day. I don't know what happened. The next class, I came to class. I was already annoyed. I was really pissed off. This is when you're picking on me now. I don't know whether I look like grapes that you're just picking off the stem. So I entered the class. I was chewing gum. This woman stopped her lecture. She stopped her lecture and said I should throw away my gum. I said, for what? Hey. I said, is it a rule that I should not chew gum in the class? This woman had no answer for me. She said,
Throw away your gum. Throw away.
I said, is it a rule for me not to chew gum in the class? She said,
Throw away your gum. Throw away.
and every time me and this woman spoke one-on-one, I went to meet the head of the department myself so that she would hear the story from me as well, not just this woman, so that she knows this woman is pissing me off now. I'm telling you, anything that comes to her way, don't be caught unawares, because I'm warning you, she's pissing me off. Before you know it, she was like,
Either you throw away your gum or you leave the class.
I said, oh yeah, now. I said, how do you? I said, bye. I packed my bag and I was leaving. She now said,
We're gonna have a conversation after the class.
I said, we're not having another conversation after this class. It's over. We're not doing this again. That's how I left this class. I went and met straight the head of the department. I went and told her what just happened. Do you know the worst part is that this man was useless. That was the worst part. So her teaching was not even backing up her madness. The month to our exams or the month to study leave, me and this man were still having this back and forth. We're still having this issue. And I was like, bruv, you have been teaching me for how many months now? You have not added anything to my life. You get me? 1 month is not going to change anything at this point. I think we had a mock after that period, and it was in the hall. So after the exam, the head of the department came and spoke to me. I was like, okay, that we've come to the decision that we're going to change your class and everything. At first, I was a bit annoyed. I was like, oh God, my friends are only in one class, you know. Maybe I've gone a bit too far now. But I was like, mate, I'm going to see my friends afterwards, to be honest. We only have 1 month left. What's the difference? So I just said, okay, that's why I changed the class. I changed my class, mates. I got to another class. These people tell me why they're already done with the syllabus. My class, 1 month to our exam, we're there, still doing weekly assignments. That's where somebody's priorities are. I've come to another class. They've started doing 25-mark essays. They've started brainstorming as to how we're going to approach the questions. I said, now we're talking. Moral of the story is, looking for trouble here is like taking a bank loan. You understand? The way you take a bank loan, you have to repay the bank with interest. You understand? So when you look for trouble, don't complain when the trouble comes back to you with interest because you asked for it. You requested for it. Nobody sent you. Maybe somebody sent you, but you requested for it. And now you must repay. You get me? And really, that's that.